Fuck it. Let's keep going. Fuck it. Let's keep going. Let's keep on going. After our talk with Aislinn, my party retreats to a nearby tavern so we can discuss the new information we've gleaned. My party of 4 sits right at the back of the building, keeping our voices low so nobody can overhear us. I don't think we're in danger of that, though the other men in here, and it is mostly men who frequent this place, are so busy drinking, singing dirty songs, or flirting with the buxom barmaids to pay us any attention. Yo, my mind went to the fucking Irish, oh my god, that Irish song, oh my god, I'm not trying to be racist because of the fact that they're singing, by the way, drinking. Oh, 1 second, I got this on my fucking YouTube, this will be edited out otherwise. Also, welcome back, how you guys doing? It's been a minute. If you guys are new here, go check out the last Lewdmas episode. It is broken down into chapters. This is also a long video, and this is recorded late, which means it's late nights with Zach, which means these videos are a little bit different. There's little to no editing, and it is almost similar to a live stream. This is not going to be live stream because Sakura MMO is one of those games that I have to be very careful about because you never know what the fuck they're going to show. So I'm not taking the risk. And we're doing it like this. This will be an hour-long episode. Don't worry, like I just said, there will be chapters, and I'm going to try to break down every scene into a chapter of itself, or at least big, important moments into a chapter itself. So it's like, okay, cool, bop, bop. You can just jump around and follow that, and you will, you know, go through. So this makes the best experience for this video probably to be on, not console, PC and on a phone, because you could go through it like that. Or if you want to just sit down and enjoy and sit down, eat food, get yourself a snack, some tea, some coffee, whatever the hell, and just put it on the big screen, you can. Anyways, back into this. I didn't find the video I was searching for, by the way. Anyways, I don't think that we're in any danger of that, though. And then, alright, cool, move on. Neve sniffs and looks around disapprovingly, her eyes narrowed. Alright, quick update. You guys didn't watch the last episode. Making sure you know. Neve is Yoda. Not at all like him, but his voice, but she speaks like him. Because I made the joke, so now she has to speak like him, unless she's flustered, anger, or whatever the hell. Fiona's our puppy, our knight. This is our little knight, and the white-haired one is me. I don't really know if a place like this is suitable for you, my lady. It's so Raucous. I'm gonna let this one slide, but after this, she's going straight to Yoda. I decide to let Milady slide. I doubt Neve will blow my cover now, given nobody's listening. I know it's raucous. That's why we came here, you silly goose. Goose I am. It's better than me and a dog. A duck. God damn it. If everyone around us is talking, if everyone around us is talking, they won't be able to hear us when we talk. We should be able to discuss the curious matters of Aislinn's missing necklace in peace. See, I do. How intelligent you are, my lady. Known I should have. My genius is nothing to be sniffed at. I did get the highest grades in my class. Grades? Neve frowns. Do they not have schools in Asaph? I have no idea how the education system in this world works. Never cropped up on Asaph Online. Well, putting that one aside, the business with the necklace really is curious. Aislinn. I know the distinct lack of the title Lady being my loyal maid. Neve has no desire to capitulate to anybody other than me. Made it sound like finding the necklace is a matter of life or death. She was very intense. I'll let that slide too because the beginning. I thought that rather peculiar. I thought that rather peculiar too. No matter how expensive or important that necklace is, surely it's only a trinket. And also, welcome me back. I am LowTide, the one who does random voices but can't speak English. Whether we find the necklace or not, it should not stop, very quickly, stop the wedding ceremony proceeding, and yet, Aislinn made it sound as though being married was impossible without it. Perhaps that necklace is as important as the wedding ring. It could be a crucial part of the service. If that's the case, then couldn't the service be altered slightly? They are the two wealthiest, most influential families in Linton. The symbolic value of the necklace would be so great it would put the entire wedding at risk. You remember what Maddie said, don't you? That necklace is meant to be the symbol of union between Chastity and the D'Este family. If the two are marrying not for love, but out of obligation, then a symbol of their union would be more important than anything else. In love, Aislinn may not be with her betrothed. No, fuck. Yeah. In love with... what? Fuck. You... God damn it. I made her hard to speak. Shit. Aislinn in love with her betrothed. You do not think. That's the best I can do. I'll get better at this the more I do Neve, okay? I can't tell, never having met the man in question, but I doubt it. She seemed more about the missing necklace than about the possibility of her wedding being postponed. A marriage out of the duty rather than love. I suppose we can't know for sure unless we ask Aislinn about it, but I wonder if she would tell us something so sensitive. It's a delicate situation. You're right, any woman forced into an arranged marriage would be hesitant to talk about it. Oh, are you speaking from experience? Well, my parents have often tried to match me with potential partners, yes. They're concerned that I'm getting old, but I still haven't found a husband. They just say that they want me to be happy, but I find it rather tiresome. I suppose I should appreciate their thoughtfulness. I know they're only doing it because they care about me, but I don't want to get married to somebody I don't like, who I barely even know, simply to appease them. I'd rather marry somebody I love. Love. Those are some very interesting words coming from Alira's mouth. Her blushing face is totally adorable, and it's even cuter because it's such a direct contrast with her usual personality. I wonder what I should say. Third choice of the game. Oh, I like to save on choices. Ignore that. I like to save on choices because it lets me, if I want to go back later, I can change and see what they do, you know? I don't do that on video. I do that off video, so... if you guys want a video at the end of this, at the end of everything, where I do me just breaking down everything, I will. Well, like showing all the endings, I'll try. Let's tease her, because don't lie, this is something you always do. You're never serious. Well, when she's talking like such a maiden, there's no capacity. Exactly. That's a chance like this. I want to make her blush even more until her cheeks look like two delicious apples. That's strangely pure coming from you. What do you mean it's strange? There's nothing wrong with marrying for love. Of course there isn't. In fact, I'd say that's the only reason to get married. Preparing a huge ceremony sounds like such a headache. I'd have to really love someone to go out of my way to do something so tedious. I just didn't expect you, of all people, to come out with lines like a fairy tale princess. I thought you were too stern or serious to care about any sort of love. But have you been daydreaming about a perfect wedding this whole time? Not often, no, but isn't that normal? Don't a lot of girls dream about having a perfect wedding? Never afford I could. But wait, I could never afford this. Never afford could I. Never afford could I when I was young. Yeah, never afford could I when I was young. Never afford could I. Young I was. There we go. There it was. I had to find it. Live in slums I did. Poor family. Family was poor. Family was poor. I'm not just gonna I'm leaving out a lot of describing words. Have any time to think about, to have any time to love? We did not. Survival, we did. Yes, well, I can see I was rather lucky in that regard, at least. But what about now, Neve? As your days of hardship and suffering are over, it might be possible for you to find a lover. A lover? I don't rightly know if that would be a good idea, my lady. Darkling, I am. No, I'm only a Darkling, and Darklings aren't very popular in Asaph. Most humans keep their distance. They think we're bad news, and maybe we are. I don't know. It seems unlikely that anybody would ever want to marry me, and I'm not that interested in most people. Are there any exceptions? There is one exception, but... Neve's looking at me from beneath her eyelashes. What a cute gesture, though it isn't particularly subtle. Subtlety has never been one of Neve's strong points. I don't know if our relationship could ever truly work. I'm nothing but a maid after all. It would be presumptuous of me to even dream that she would return my feelings. I'm content being a servant. I could never be her equal. We're far too different. Neve looks a little sad. I wonder if I should say something. Another choice? Aye. Yeah. Aye. Yeah. Comfort Neve. She's actually extremely close with this Neve. Well, you never know. That mistress of yours might just return your feelings someday. Do you really think so? Do I have a chance? If you keep pulling adorable faces like that, maybe. Adorable? Neve presses her fingers against her burning cheeks. I don't know if I am. I mean, I'm only a Darkling. I have horns and a tail, and I breathe, and I know I must look strange to most humans, but if you feel that way, then I'm glad you have such peculiar taste, my lady. That fills me with a bit of confidence. That cute girlish... See, ignore that I can't do a female voice, I didn't even try. That cute girlish giggle coupled with her red cheeks really is too much. She is so adorable, I want to reach out across the table and give her a hug. But I don't... but I don't think this is the right time for shows of affection. Anyway, back to the subject at hand. I think there must be more to Aislinn's predicament than it seems. She's attained such importance to that necklace. It might be more than a family heirloom. It's a symbol. I already said that. I know you did, but I wouldn't worry myself over a mere symbol. That's not what I meant. I wonder. Cast my mind back to the day when I first met Fiona. She was kneeling on the ground, on her hands and knees, crying. She told us she'd lost her mother's ring when she intended to sell it to the market so she could feed her starving family. It was all a crock of lies. Fiona's mother died a long time ago, and her only surviving relative was a quick-thinking thief called Holly, but I didn't know that at the time. Duped, I searched for the ring with Fiona, and while I searched, Fiona stole my very valuable necromancy's ruby necklace from my pocket. That necklace, though it looks like any other piece of highly expensive jewelry, has a fearsome secret. It's enchanted, as the name suggests, by a powerful piece of magic which lets the wielder raise the dead. And as if old and expensive jewels are often used as containers for powerful spells, enchanted rings, brooches, bracelets, and necklaces are all rather common. Could it be... I wonder if that necklace of Aislinn's has some kind of spell on it. Think that, my lady. Why? Why you think that, my... Why you think that? Why you think that, my lady? Nothing. I was just thinking out loud. But one thing did strike me as rather peculiar. What? Aislinn stressed we only had 3 days to find the necklace. But... judging from what Maddie said, her wedding is next week. Why did she set 3 days as the absolute time limit? It seems rather arbitrary. It could have something to do with the ceremony. Maybe there are things that need to be arranged beforehand? Maybe. Well, it might not be important. It just stuck in my... It's stuck on my mind, that's all. What do you think, Fiona? I turned to look at the little thief girl who was unusually quiet for the last hour. The moment I see her, however... yeah. I don't... You shouldn't have even gestured. I was like, she's probably with everybody drinking. That is what my mind said, and she... This is why we don't get her food first. This is why if you want to have a discussion with her, you don't get her food first. She's occupied. I understand why. While the three of us were having a boring adult conversation, Fionn must have gotten bored, and in her boredom, she flagged down a passing waiter. The table before her is now piled high with all kinds of different foods. There are steaming meat pies, legs of mutton, roasted potatoes, various groups, and a large tray of fruit. Fionn grips a knife and a fork in her hands, faces down in the food with a resolve fit for a warrior. This looks so good, I'm gonna eat it, and eat it till I burst. She tries to attack the leg of chicken with her fork, but her grip is a little off. I guess Fionn isn't accustomed to handling cutlery. She was homeless several years because she drops the knife and fork on the floor with a clatter. How embarrassing! How did Viola teach me how to eat with a knife and fork again? Oh well, it doesn't matter. I'll just use my fingers. So saying, Fionn picks up a greasy leg of chicken in one hand and starts attacking with her teeth. That's so good. I haven't had a delicious hunk of meat like this in a while. The skin's so nice and crispy and it's so tender. Her pearly white teeth dig into the chicken's leg and juice trickles down her chin. Wow, it's so yummy. I'm in heaven. If this is what being dead's like, then I'll take it. I just hope she's planning to pay for all that. If she wants... God damn it. If she wants to know what's I'm gonna say this line without the Yoda. If she wants to know what being dead is like, I'd be more than happy to educate her. Because she's like slightly pissed. How dare she sit there stuffing her face when we're trying so hard? I can understand why Neve's angry, but I don't want her picking more fights with Fionn. If we're going to solve this difficult quest, we need to work together. That means we can't afford to bicker amongst ourselves like children. What should I say? Choice time! Don't need to get a hold of herself. Agree with Neve's. I mean, I agree. I agree with Neve. That was a voice crack and a half. Y'all heard that? I agree. I agree, like, with Neve's assessment, like, that we need to get her in this, like... What would you say in this situation, Viola? What would I say? What would the Viola know? The Viola I know say. Since you're trying to keep the peace, I think you do this. Now, Neve, don't let your temper get the better of you. There's no harm in letting our puppy enjoy herself, is there? But she's eating her weight in chicken while we're trying to have a serious discussion. She needs to be taught a lesson. I don't deny that, but I prefer to teach her a lesson in private. I wouldn't want you to blow a hole in the wall of this fine establishment with your magic or harm any of the patrons. I know how you get when you lose your temper. Well, Neve coughs into her palm, her cheeks tinged with pink. Point you have, I suppose. I exhale softly. At least that's one crisis averted. Scene change. After our brief stop in the local tavern, which cost a lot more money than I would have liked, my group splits up to ask questions around the streets of Lytton. We're looking... Yeah, Lytton. It's lit. Sorry, I had to make the joke, haha. We're looking for information about the missing necklace, but nobody seems to know anything. Most people know it's missing. I suppose news travels fast around here, no doubt thanks to Maddie and her big mouth. But nobody saw any mysterious figures in the city last night, and nobody heard anything unusual. Night falls and the four of us reunite once more in the tavern. So, did any of you learn anything useful? Not a thing. I must confess, I did not discover any new facts either. I'm sorry for disappointing you, my lady. Try hard, I did. Believe me. But empty-handed I am. Forgive me, hopefully you will, for disappointing you. As a maid, duty it is to fulfill your request, and yet I could not. Neve sniffs. Though I can see it on her face, her voice sounds rather thick. She isn't going to cry, is she? Oh, both? Oh, God. Oh, God, they're both good. Oh, I thought they were both gonna stay like that. She babies Neves a bit. Neve. I said Neves because there's a fucking D&D game where there's two characters put together and their name is Knives. So Neve. One of them is named Neve. Comfort Neve. We're going to comfort her rather than motivate her. But motivation and comfort are so goddamn close. We're going to go comfort. Oh, Neve, you don't need to apologize so much. I don't? Of course not. You always try your best for my sake. I have no reason to believe that today is any different. None of us were able to glean anything new. You're not the only one. But that makes my failure even worse. If only I had tried a little harder, then... You don't need to be so hard on yourself. We still have 2 more days, remember? That's right. 2 days, of course. I'll work even harder tomorrow to ensure that we find that missing necklace. That's the spirit. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm getting rather tired. I didn't want to say anything, but my limbs do feel somewhat heavy. That's probably because I beat you up so spectacularly this morning, my stubborn knight. I don't know what... I don't know if it was quite that one-sided. It was, believe me. And that's... and what about the rest of you? Are you ready to sleep? If you wish to sleep, my lady, then I can think of no greater pleasure than sleeping beside you. Not that we need to share the same bed. That would be highly improper. I just mean, there would be no greater pleasure for me as your maid than being afforded the opportunity to watch you sleep soundly, yeah. I'll do everything I can to ensure comfortable you are. Use me as a pillow, if you wish. Well, I wouldn't go that far, but thank you for the offer. And you, Fiona? Well, about that, I do feel kind of tired now that you mention it. In fact, I felt tired all evening. Have you felt tired after you ingested all of those fruits and meats without my lady's permission, I may add? Ah, that's right. I've been feeling all slow and sluggish ever since then. How'd you know about that? It's simple. You need to be a common thief girl and you're still not used to eating with such rich, plentiful meals. You consume much more than your body can handle and that's having an adverse effect on you. I guess that makes sense. My tummy feels kind of weird and it's making some strange noises. Natural, that is. Shame it is for being a glutton. Shame of you for being a glutton, it is. Punishment it shall be. I wonder why Neve looks so gleeful about Fiona's suffering. My maid acts so submissive when she's with me, but she can be unapologetically brutal. Unapologetically brutal when she's dealing with others. I've often wondered whether she's possessive, she possesses a sadistic streak herself. She does, a little bit. Like I said, she's a sadist and a masochist. Two that I feel never mix, but to be fair, I don't know any fucking masochist or sadist, so I can't say if it does or not. Well, it seems we're all ready for bed. My castle's rather too far away for us to return to, and it's too dark to walk back through the forest. We need to be in the city early morning so we can search for the necklace, so I glance around at my assembled companions. Why don't we book a room in an inn tonight? Oh god, this can get weird real quick. Neve was opposed to the idea, as I knew she would be. She spluttered, obviously alarmed. She and said words effective. An inn? But you can't stay in an inn, my lady. They're miserable, dirty places run by a pathetic staff. Yeah, a pathetic staff who don't clean half as much as they should be. When I assured Neve it would be fine, her rebuttals only grew more and more impassioned. Other people have slept in those beds, you know, their filthy bodies and their filthy hair and the stain, those sheets and those pillows. I can't let you debase yourself by lying in a bed which has already been used. You're far too good for that. But despite Neve's not entirely practical protests, she was outnumbered. In the end, my party booked one of the largest rooms in the nearest end. This inn is far more pleasant than Neve's fearful portents. The beds are clean, the linen smells fresh, and the wooden floor has been swept free of dirt. That didn't stop Neve from dusting everything for an hour after we arrived, though. Fiona passed out at the moment her head hit the pillow. Neve didn't bother dusting her covers free of lint, and Alyra went outside, her sword in hand, to train a little more in the forest. Now it's just me and Neve. Part of me wants to follow Lear to the forest, but it's getting late and I know I should let myself relax. I'm curious about what sort of training Lear is doing at this hour, but I can always ask her about it tomorrow. Fighting back a yawn, I take a seat on the side of my freshly made bed and begin to divest myself of my clothes. Don't you cut. I strip off my gown, then my scarf, and then begin to work on my socks. Don't do it. Don't you transition. I knew it was going to transition. I knew it. I said it. I was like, don't you do it, and he did it. God damn it. Neve watches as I slide my socks off. Socks down my legs, exposing inch after inch of pale skin. I can't help but note how Neve's breathing catches in her throat each time I pull my sock down a little further. It's amusing. The sadistic part of me wants to tease her. I don't know you were. I didn't know you were so captivated by my legs, Neve. Is the thought of seeing my bare skin really that exciting? Of course it's exciting. I love your bare skin. You're so pretty, milady. There's nothing in the world I would love more. God damn it. Neve answers my questions quickly. Her tone is so earnest, it's obvious she'd never considered the possibility of lying. Neve's almost honest with herself and her desires. No matter how red her face might get, she never responds to my queries with lies or half-truths, and she never attempts to preserve her own dignity. Not when I'm involved, at least. I find her straightforward nature rather charming. She's certainly different to Lear, who responds to my teasing questions by blushing and turning her head away. I guess Lear's pretty straightforward too, but only when she's fighting. When it comes to her feelings, she gets woefully tongue-tied. That's what I like about you, Neve. What do you mean, my lady? I know where I stand with you. You always make your feelings for me apparent. If only everyone else could be as truthful. But I suppose that would grow rather boring. You think I'm boring? Now, Neve, I never once said that. Didn't I just say that I appreciate you? You're the first true companion I made in Asaph, and you're the dearest to me. I care about you a great deal. Oh, my lady! Neve looks so pathetically grateful at me. It makes me want to rest my feet on her. I'm sure if I asked her to be my personal stool, she'd agree without any second thoughts. That's just the sort of person Neve is. I care about you too. There's nothing more important to me than your happiness. Well, isn't that sweet? I know something that would make me rather happy right now. Yes, what is it, my lady? Just say the word and I'll do anything. Anything! Yeah, anything. That's her. Addressing myself is such a hassle, especially when it's so late at night. Would you be so kind as to help me? God damn it. Sensors. Get the sensors ready, LowTide. Get the sensors ready. We might need them. Actually, it might actually be already on. I don't know. We'll see. Of course, right away. I'll do anything you could ever dream of me asking, my lady. My body exists so that I may serve you. My very being belongs to you. Oh God. Oh God. I don't like that. I don't like that they put her. Oh God. I know where this is going. With this obedient oath, I could get used to hearing that more often. Neve kneels down at my feet and begins to remove my stockings from me. She eases them off my skin gently, taking care not to scrape the underside of my foot with her long fingernails. Okay, good. Oh. Okay, we're one step past that scene happening. Okay, good. Keep going. I know it's Lewdmas, but we can only be so lewd on YouTube, okay? We're not on the hub. I sigh softly as my feet are finally free from their confines. I wiggle my toes delightfully in their cool. Wiggle my toes delightfully in the cool air that caresses them. Don't do the scene. Don't do it. Don't you do it. Neve, still kneeling on the ground, looks at my feet, enraptured. God damn it. God, don't do it. Don't. I don't really understand the appeal of feet myself. They get so red and sore after one has been walked too long, but Neve did say she loved every part of my body. Neve? Yes, my lady, what is it? My feet feel rather tired. Would you mind massaging them for me? Of course I wouldn't mind. It would be my pleasure. Neve takes hold of my feet before her long, slender fingers begins to exert just the slightest amount of pleasure. Her fingers massage the ball of my ankle slowly, carefully, as she works at the knot of stress beneath the surface of my skin. I shift slightly on my bed, enjoying the sensation. Neve really is good at giving massages. It's one of her special skills. Few soft moans spill from my lips. I don't really mean to make any noise, but I can't help myself. You know, getting a massage, like, okay, adverse to this whole goddamn scene. In general, massages are actually amazing. If you haven't got one, oh my god, even if it's like something basic, like a Final Fantasy, like they did in Final Fantasy with 7, the fucking hand massages. Even those can be fucking amazing. Did you know they also do like neck massages for like your voice and shit? It sounds amazing. I don't think I'll ever end up getting anything more than a hand, because but you know, in general though, it's amazing if you could have it once. I got lucky, and it wasn't actually like a massage, the whole thing. It was like I met a masseuse, and they were like already doing work and shit, and they were like, all right, you know, I'll just like massage a little bit as it. And I was like, cool. And I was like, yeah, why? It was like a sample basically, and I was like, oh my god, it feels so good. Oh, Jesus. Oh. Nobody else knows how to do that. Anyways, I didn't realize quite how tired my feet were until Neve started massaging them. How is it, my lady? Now, what should I say? Neve looks at me so earnestly. Part of me wants to poke fun at her, but I don't want to trample her dedication in mud either. Should I be honest? Let's compliment her, because she would like a compliment. She likes compliments more. Neve, you don't have to tease Neve. Neve is one of those. She just straight to the point. Let me compliment Neve sincerely. I wanted to read that. It feels good. You like it? Yes, your fingers are amazing. I'm glad. I never thought I was amazing at anything myself. In fact, I've always believed I'm incredibly average. That's why it makes me so happy that you praise me. I can't help but think, if a wonderful woman like you appreciates me, perhaps there might be something special about me after all. Neve's cheeks turn pink. She glances down at my feet, focusing all her attention once more on the massage. I'm sorry for being so selfish, my lady. As your maid, I shouldn't be talking about myself. I should be serving you. No, it's fine. Another soft gasp is rested from my lips as Neve's probing fingers set to work on the side of my feet, where my boots were pinching my calves. Yes, I'm reading like this now. I like hearing you talk about yourself. Really? It's interesting. That's very kind of you, my lady, but I doubt a darkling like myself could interest you. I'm not strong, and I'm not brave. I'm not beautiful. My kind is hated throughout Asaph, and nobody trusts us. You saw how that maid treated me. The regular humans and even half-breeds, I'm considered a danger. Oh, Neve. What is it? If you really were dangerous, do you think I would have hired you as my maid? I thought you were just taking pity on me. Hardly. I'm not that kind of person, you know. But you are kind. Neve affirms, her fingers digging a little more firmly into my skin. You were very, very kind to me, and that's why I want to devote my life to you. You saved my life. You saved me and my family, and gave me somewhere to stay, and food to eat, and fine clothes to wear. You're my mistress, yes, but you treat me like a friend, though I don't deserve it. You've helped me so much. I want to return the favor. I have to. Now we're no longer public, putting up a facade. Neve can be as differential as she wants. Maybe she missed acting as my maid during the day because she's being more loyal and attentive to my needs than ever before. Her eyes hold such a deep, obvious love for me that her mere gaze is making my skin prickle. This maid, the love she holds for me is undeniable. I don't think I've ever seen anybody stare at me with such adoring eyes before. I'm not particularly smart, but I'll do my best to help you find that necklace. I'll stay by your side no matter what, even though... I look at Neve curiously. My maid's fingers have stilled, and though she's staring at my feet, it's like she isn't really seeing them. This is rare for Neve. I've never seen her space out while serving me before. Is something on your mind? I'm sorry. Neve jumps as though she's been pricked by a pin. Her eyes widen and then her cheeks flush with embarrassment. Oh no, there's nothing wrong really, but lately I felt somewhat strange. Strange? What precisely do you mean by that? It's hard to explain. I'm not sure if I really understand it myself, but it's like I can hear a voice inside my head. Only this voice doesn't belong to me. It's a woman's voice, but it's a woman I've never heard before. It's not my mother or my grandmother's voice either. It's a voice I don't know, but at the same time it feels like I do know it. My memory has no recollection of this voice, but my body, my heart and my bones and my blood, my very being, feels like it knows it and remembers. Neve's brow furrows. I suppose that must sound peculiar to you. That is rather strange, yes. When did you start hearing this voice, Neve? I'm not sure. It happened gradually. First I could hear— God damn it, my chair. First I could only hear disjointed whispers, but now, when it is quiet and it's dark outside, I can hear the voice saying words. Sometimes whole sentences. I can hear it very clearly. And what is it saying, Neve? It's saying— Neve looks down to the floor. I can see her long eyelashes fluttering. Silence reigns in the inn, broken only by shallow sounds of Fionn snoring and the wind that rattles the window panes. I look at the top of Neve's dark head. It isn't like her to be so quiet. Usually when I ask her a question, she replies immediately. What in the world is going on? What is this voice, and what has it been saying to her? Neve? I prompt her. Though my voice is gentle, it makes Neve shudder, like fingernails scraping the length of a chalkboard might. The voice is saying, don't try and struggle. The end will soon be upon us. The end? I repeat this ominous prophecy, a frown on my face. But what does that mean? Does it have anything to do with why Lear and I was summoned to Asaph? I don't know. I have no idea, but the voice is getting clearer and clearer by the day. I thought nothing of it at first, but now it's starting to worry me. If the end really is going to befall us, then I don't want to leave your side. I want to be with you forever. Oh, Neve. I shake my head. Don't be silly, I'm not going to go anywhere. You're not? Of course not, and neither are you. I'm your mistress and you're my trusty maid, and we're going to stay together no matter what. Isn't that what you want? It's what I want more than anything. Then I see no reason why your wish can't come true. This voice you've been hearing is rather disturbing, yes. But I'm sure we'll get to the bottom of it. We'll solve this mystery together, just like we're going to find that missing necklace. I have faith in us. I'll work hard to help you, my lady. I won't let your reputation be tarnished by failing to complete this quest. I knew I could rely on you. You're such a good girl. I pat the top of Neve's head. Sorry, I'm like, I need water, but at the same time I want to finish the sentence. I pat the top of Neve's head, and she almost melts beneath my fingers. Still, we don't have much time left. 2 days, huh? 48 hours. I glance outside the open window. The curtains are still drawn, and I can see the stars sparkling in the night sky. It's a very clear night, quite unlike the foggy nights I'm accustomed to in Tokyo, and I can see all the constellations of Asaph in great detail. In other ways, this is what we like to call the beautiful night sky that we rarely ever get to see because there's so many lights in the city and whatnot. I can even see the moon. Round and white and almost perfectly full. Almost, but not quite. My brow furrows. It'll be a full moon in a couple days. That's our deadline to find and return Aislinn's— Oh! Yo! I have a prediction. Out of character, of course. I have a prediction. We might have a Shrek situation going on. What would happen if this necklace staves off? It's like she was saying, it's a spell. It staves off Aislinn transforming into something. Full moon, werewolf, or it could be other things, but that's why my mind's going in that direction of like she transforms at night and the thing staves it off for a certain amount of period as long as it's around her. But since it's not around her, 3 more days, and if she don't get in 3 more days, she's gonna transform. And when she transforms, she either loses control or she just doesn't want to be seen. Oh, prediction skills. I'm calling it now. I'm calling it now. Alright, that's our deadline to find and return Aislinn's necklace. Sorry about that. Back to the story to be shown. Will we be able to complete our quest by then? I certainly hope so. I hope so as well. I don't, if we fuck up because of my choices, my bad. But the next day, to my disappointment, yields no further information about the missing necklace. The four of us even go to the ancestral home of the noble DSD family to ask questions about the upcoming wedding, but we're stymied at the front gates by the butler. Halt! Who goes there? The butler looks at my ragtag party with evident disdain. He doesn't even try to disguise his displeasure. If he knew I was the Dark Witch Viola, I'm sure he'd soon learn the error of his ways. I can't afford to throw away my disguise, though. I know full well that if I cause a commotion, I'll never be allowed back into Lytton again. Then I won't be able to complete Aislinn's request and find her necklace. And so it is. After a long pause, I offer the butler a neat curtsy and say as sweetly as I can muster, "It's me, Violet. I'm the leader of this group of adventurers who have taken on a request as the guild to find the Chastain's missing necklace." Adventurers, is it? The butler pulls a face at the word adventurers as though there's something foul. I apologize, though he doesn't sound very apologetic, but adventurers, as you term yourselves, are not permitted into the DSD's household. Huh? Why not? Is it not obvious? The DSD family is a noble one who have lived in Lytton for generations. They are descended from royalty, and as such, it would dirty their lineage to associate with riffraff. Huh? You're calling me? What are you calling me? Fionn, please. This isn't helping. Now I understand that you may be hesitant to allow strangers into your home, but this matter, I am afraid, is rather urgent. Lady Aislinn has entrusted us with her finding her necklace, her missing necklace. I was hoping you would be able to place your trust in us too. If we are to find this artifact before the wedding, we need to question your master. He may be able to provide us with information Lady Aislinn cannot. I don't doubt that. My master is sharp as they come. He knows everything that happens in Lytton. Everything. Then if we could see him, it'll only be for a few minutes. But I am afraid that would be a few minutes too many. His time is precious, of course. The master is a particular man, and he does not like to be disturbed, least by dirty-faced ruffians. Hey, I made sure to wash my face this morning. Or by darklings. Neve, who remained... Sorry, the voice was dead. Neve, who remains rather silent in this exchange, hangs her head. This is a repeat of what happened yesterday, but this butler, unlike Aoife, is even more merciless with his words. I can't help but feel sorry for Neve. What did she do to deserve this treatment? Excuse me, my good sir. I faced the butler down. My congenial smile doesn't flicker, but my face takes on a steely edge. But what has my darkling companion done to you? I thought you were just gonna say my darkling claim. You barely know her, and I feel it's rather unfair to say such cruel things about her. Hey, he was just saying cruel things about me too. Ain't you gonna defend my honor? What honor? What honor? What honor? What honor, Fionn? Confront the I don't know what we can say about Fionn to defend her, though. With the way I treat her, though, I feel. but Viola would do this. She is our puppy, after all. It feels so fucking weird to have to say that. It feels so fucking. God damn it. Confront the smug butler on Fionn's behalf. Oh, alright, you have a point, I suppose. You, the so-called head butler of the esteemed Dusty family. I was prepared to let your insults about my charming thief girl aside. See, I said it right there, thief girl. But now you have insulted not just one, but two members of the party. I cannot let this stand. Fionn is my faithful guard dog who does not disturb your prejudices. That's right, I'm her faithful guard. Fionn pauses. She turns to look at me. Hey, I ain't a dog. It's better than being a puppy, isn't it? I guess, but couldn't you call me your beautiful assistant or something? For a stubborn subordinate, you're awfully picky. Fionn sighs. Alright, I guess I'll take whatever praise I can get. At least I know you care about me deep down. Deep down. And as for Neve, I turned my attention to my maid, whose head is hanging like an overwatered houseplant. You have no right to discriminate against her. I find your words very close-minded and prejudiced. Is that something they teach you in butler school, or did you pick up those nasty habits on your own? The butler returns my icy look with one of his own. Though I spoke to him quite tauntily, he doesn't look abashed or ashamed at all. I guess he's proud of picking on cute young girls. Of all the enemies I've faced so far in Asaph, he really is the worst. Perhaps it is prejudiced of me, I admit, but I don't trust the Darklings. They're a race full of murderers and brigands. If I let this girl into my master's home, I can't imagine what would happen. I don't want to imagine. She'd be off with half the china, I presume, and whatever gold coins she can get her hands on. I wouldn't, sir. I might be a Darkling, but I'm not a thief. My parents raised me well, and I would never rob from anybody else. I have no need. You can protest your innocence all you want, but when it comes to your kind, it's best not to take any chances. Well, he isn't exactly wrong about there being a thief in our midst, but Neve isn't the one he should be pointing fingers at. I'm sorry, but I can't let you see my master. That is final. But Lady Aislinn, let us speak to her. Why can't you not offer us the same courtesy? Because Lady Aislinn has always been rather too trusting. I fear she's a kind girl, but not the most intelligent. She has done little to preserve the Chastain's lofty name after her parents' death. That is why the Chastains are no longer as respected as the Diestes. Lady Aislinn may have no qualms opening her home to all who have wandered in and off the streets, but the Diestes are cut from a different cloth. And the diamond necklace, don't you care that it's missing? Of course I care that it is missing. Finding it is, like you said yourself, an urgent issue. Then why don't you let us help you? We want to find the necklace too. I'm sure that you do, so that you can sell it on the black market. No, I wouldn't. And you shan't get the chance before the noble Diestes are taking their own measures to search for the necklace. As you can see, we have no need for your services. Now I'll ask you once more to leave the premises. If you fail to comply, I might have to use force. The butler rolls up his sleeves. I can see that he's serious about this. It's not like I'm afraid of this old man, and Aquaspell is hardly enough to take down a dark witch, but I could see arguing with him further would be impossible. I could break all those bones in his body and enter the Diestes' home by force, but that wouldn't make a very good impression. Guess it's time to cut our losses. Alright everyone, we should retreat for now. As a good decision, at least one member of your group has some common sense. But he insulted us. Are you really gonna let that slide? We have no choice. There's nothing we can do. Fionn spits on the ground. It's not a very ladylike gesture. The butler winces, but it gets her disdain across nicely. There's always something we can do. It ain't like you to give up. I'm not giving up, little puppy. Giving up does not exist in my dictionary. What that means is we're breaking in. The butler is only at the gate, not the side of the wall over there. Then what are you gonna do? We can find the necklace on our own without the help of the Diestes family. Now that they've turned us away, I'm more determined to solve this case and shove it in their face that we did it without their help. And they were so rude to us, and it happens to be that we found it. It almost is like we outclassed them. Sorry. I wish you luck, but it's entirely unnecessary. We'll find a necklace before you can. And what makes you so sure about that, You are nothing more than a band of vagabonds. The conclusion is set in stone. Well, I wonder. I look at the butler up and down, my brow furrowed. This old man is hiding something. It doesn't take a genius to figure that much out. I just wonder what that something is. Charm him? No. Cast a spell. It wouldn't surprise me if would they have stolen it, though? Maybe. Maybe, right? I can see them doing it. But they don't really need it in the sense to make themselves look better. So they're doing it. He sounded like he didn't like the other family. So they still hold, obviously, a disdain towards one another. So it's probably that. Someone doesn't want the marriage to happen, so they stole it. And it's probably in the family of the DSDs. Every single time I say DSDs, my mind's like, Overlord! When the night begins to fall, my party returns to Lady Aislinn's home to relay the bad news to her. She looks at us eagerly when Aoife ushers us into the living room, her eyes shining with hopeful curiosity. So, what happened? Did you find the necklace? Aislinn is so wound up she completely forgot her manners. She doesn't address us politely, and she doesn't invite us to sit down. Even Aoife, who I doubt likes us very much, is shocked by her conduct.
Aislinn, aren't you going to inquire about our guest's health first? You know how I go out here. As the only surviving member, Jesus Christ, as the only surviving member of the Chastain family, you should be more considerate, you know that. Your parents taught you better than that.
I'm very sorry. You're absolutely right, Aoife. In my haste, I forgot myself. It's alright, I don't mind. Personally, I find your enthusiasm charming.
You may find it charming, Aoife shoots me a nasty glare.
Seriously, what is with old-fashioned servants giving my party evil thoughts to do?
But the world can hardly accept to capitulate all your wants and whims, my esteemed guest.
Alright guys, I'm gonna need maids and butlers to stop before I start to kill some maids and butlers.
Aislinn is the head of the Chastain family. It is her duty to act in a dignified manner, as if befitting of a lady of her social status.
I don't know what the fuck this accent is, but it's like the rich one that I was doing, but more gangster.
Don't worry about it. Our failure to perform her duties will reflect poorly upon her entire bloodline, not to mention her servants. Lapse in etiquette may not mean much to you, but they are the height of importance to us. If my lady forgets her manners, her marriage to the DSDs may even be called off.
I don't know, why do you want to marry into such a stuffy family myself? We just tried to go there and see him today, and the butler turned us away at the gates. He didn't even let us inside, and he was so rude too.
That is because the DSDs are very strict. You should have expected as much.
But Aislinn seems so nice.
God damn it, he seems so nice. Why couldn't Lord High DS be so as well?
God damn, that's what it was, a southern accent. Field makes this dismissive quotation marks with her fingers. Or whatever he's called, offer us some courtesy.
The eldest son of the Dieste family is called Syria, not Lord High Dieste. And it is not my place to comment on my mistress's betrothed. It may not be your place, but you don't like him, do you? My feelings towards Master Syrian and neither here nor there.
And what about you, Aislinn? You don't like Syrian, do you? I don't know. I've only met him a handful of occasions. I suppose he was charming enough.
You mean you're gonna marry someone you barely know?
It might sound silly, but that is how weddings are usually conducted between members of nobility.
And that doesn't upset you?
My feelings are immaterial. This wedding has to happen, whether I want it to or not, it has to.
You sound too enthused to me. In fact, you sound more like a lamb being led to the slaughter than a blushing bride.
I am merely fulfilling my duty, that is all.
Aislinn's words, though noble, are rather constrained. Fiona's right.
Sorry. I needed to lower my larynx from what I did. From me going high, it started to hurt my throat, so I had to go low.
Fiona's right. She really doesn't sound happy. She isn't happy about this wedding at all. That being the case, why is she so determined to get her diamond necklace back? It can't be because of the wedding. Aislinn, determined though she is, sounds like she would have sooner have had her fingernails removed than be wed to Syrian Dieste. In that case, shouldn't she be happy the missing diamond necklace might give her reasonable grounds to delay the wedding ceremony? Why then does she look so anxious? What is she afraid of? I don't understand.
In any case, I am rather curious about what progress you have made. My good adventurers, if you can forgive me for my earlier rudeness, would you tell me whether you have uncovered my diamond necklace yet? Well, about that, I apologize, Lady Aislinn, but we have yet to make any progress on that front. What? You mean you don't mean that, do you? I am afraid it is as Violet said. Though we canvassed the streets for many hours, asking everybody we met about your necklace, we have yet to find any leads. No leads? No clues? And my necklace? We have not heard a word about it. But I hope it turns up soon. It has to. I need that necklace or... Aislinn slowly gets to her feet. The shock has turned her face white as a sheet, and she stumbles at it. It also could be... So, like, she's the last one alive in her family. We don't know why. Her family could be cursed, for all we know, and it's the thing that stays off the curse, meaning that without it, she dies. So, that could be also the situation. There's only one more day left. Just one more day. She turns her head, and I follow her gaze. What is she looking at? Her large, fearful eyes are trained on the window.
Or, to be more precise, the night sky beyond the window. The stars are twinkling in the sky, cold and distant and very far away. The moon hangs low in the velveteen darkness. The moon is round and full, just like a pearl.
All of a sudden, Aislinn's body begins to tremble.
Her eyelids flutter shut. She pitches to one side and she can't steady herself in time. She doesn't have the energy. She's falling.
Lady Aislinn!
Aoife dashes forward in an attempt to catch her, but she's too old and too slow. I run to Aislinn's side momentarily, forgetting my own manners. I'm sure it's impolite to run in a fancy house like this, and catch the girl before she can topple to the floor.
Hey, look at that! Hey, we actually have a good scene. Hey, I didn't know it was possible for her to have a shot like this.
Though Aislinn is slight and slender, her body is heavier than it looks. I stagger beneath her unexpected weight, and I almost drop her. Fortunately, I'm able to fortify my grip with magic. My fingers tighten around her upper arms, but not tight enough to leave bruises, and I press her limp body against my chest. At least she's still breathing, that's something. I guess she must have fainted.
You! Aoife stares at me for a moment. She seems stuck for words. Is she impressed by my strength, thankful for my help, or is she silently despairing that all kinds of manners have been thrown out the window tonight? Your name is Violet, isn't it?
That's right, what of it?
You're carrying the lady in your arms.
I know, is there a problem with that?
It's the height of vulgarity. Nobody should be able to touch my mistress so brazenly, save for her future husband.
I thought I may be breaking a rule or two, but I had no choice. If I didn't catch her, she would have fallen. You wouldn't want her hurting her pretty face, would you? Her wedding is next week, after all.
No, that's right. This is rather inappropriate, but it was rather thoughtful of you, I'm sure. I'm too old to carry my lady myself. I would never have been able to lift her.
Then it's a good thing I'm here, isn't it?
In a strange twist of events, of fate, I suppose it might be.
Heh, Viola's such a show-off, huh?
If my hands weren't full of Aislinn, I'd punch Fionn for giving away my true identity. She said Viola. Oh no. For trying to do so easily. Fortunately, the old maid is worried about her mistress. She doesn't notice that Fionn let my true name slip. She looks like a dashing knight when she's carrying Aislinn like that.
It isn't fair.
Fair it is not. Carry me, she's mad.
I wish she'd carry me like that.
Okay, Neve. Okay, Neve, you know all you have to do is really like ask. I baby you. I baby you a lot. All you had to do is ask. If you fainted the fact that like you were hurt or something, she'd fucking carry you in an instant.
So, should I take the lady to her room? I think she needs to lay down.
Oh yes, of course. This way, please. And as for you three girls, you can wait here. I don't want more people entering my lady's bedchamber than is strictly necessary.
Aoife leads me through the complex maze of Chastain home, all the while I hold onto the comatose Aislinn, supporting her in my arms. After what seems like a small eternity, Aoife leads me into a bedroom which is every bit as fancy as the rest of the house. Goddamn. The bedroom is golden and white color, like the drawing room and an ornate 4 poster. This canopy is poster with a canopy is in the corner. The silken sheets are woven with threads of gold. Gold and purple, like the 2 colors of royalty, are fucking straight around this whole fucking place everywhere. You can set my lady down on the bed, and then I can see to her from there. All right. I set Aislinn down on the bed as instructed. She doesn't twitch, even as her head hits the pillow. She really must have suffered a nasty shock. I can't help but feel responsible. Thank you for everything you've done for us. I never imagined you would see such an uncouth side of my lady. It's quite embarrassing, really. Please understand that necklace is very important to her. That's why she reacted so violently. Normally, she is very good at keeping her true feelings in check. Oh no, I understand. Of course, I don't, not really. But it's clear to me now how dearly Aislinn treasures her diamond necklace. I just wonder why. Well, I don't want to linger here any longer. I'll go now. I won't tell anybody about what I saw. Thank you, that would be much appreciated. Aoife bows her head politely. I'll be sure to reward you handsomely for your help, regardless of whether you find the necklace or not. It's the least I can do after I've caused you so much trouble. Oh no, don't mention it. I can't accept any payment without finding the necklace first. I'll go now. I turn, ready to depart when... A soft sound makes me pause in my tracks. Slender, cold fingers wind their way about my wrist like ivy. Could it be Aislinn? I look down at a young lady. Her dark hair bands across her pillow. She looks smaller than ever, almost doll-like, surrounded by her large, vast bed. So she's finally returned to her senses. She's looking at me. She's looking at me as though she can't bear to let me go. Aislinn, what is it? I heard that you were going to leave. Well, yes, I have to go. I can't stay here for the night. I know, but I'm used to people leaving me, my mother and my father. I don't want anybody to leave me again. I don't want to be alone tonight. Aislinn, Oh. We're adding one to the harem, I see. I didn't think that was happening. Why does she have that face? That is a dolled out face. Okay. So she is she possessed? No. True feelings. True feelings. True feelings. What type of creature could succubus? Maybe. It wouldn't surprise me. It would not surprise me. With this declaration, Aislinn pulls me down into the bed with her. I thought I would be done when this scene is over, but I gotta wait till this whole scene is over, so sorry if this is for long. Her arms wrap around my waist, like I'm some kind of teddy bear. Her legs are ensnared with mine, ensuring I can't move, and her head is resting against my chest. I'm not one to get flustered easily, especially not by the embrace of other women, but I'm usually the one who initiates said embrace. I rarely get pulled into them myself. This is all wrong. This isn't how it should be. I'm the one who should be in control. How did I let this one sleepy, spoiled, rich kid get the better of me? Hey, Aislinn, get hold of yourself. I try to push the girl away, but... You're kidding me, right? Aislinn's eyes are closed, her lips are pursed, and it looks like she's fast asleep. There's a small smile on her face, and she looks so peaceful. I'd feel guilty if I woke her. Not knowing what else to do, I cast a helpless look at Aislinn's maid. Aoife, could you give me a hand here? Oh my. Aoife, however, makes no attempt to separate me from Aislinn. Instead, she only watches staring. I always knew my lady was a cuddler. She used to cling to me all the time when she was young, but I thought she'd grown out of that by now. Perhaps she was suppressing her urges this whole time. That's all well and good, but can't you get her off of me? She must be breaking in any number of taboos. Indeed, you're right. I should separate the pair of you, but what? I haven't seen my lady look so relaxed in a long time.
She's been so stressed over this dreadful business with her missing necklace. I think she deserves a good night's sleep for once. I might be getting sentimental in my old age, but I just don't have the heart to come between you.
Well, find the heart. She's crushing my arm.
Aoife grins ominously. Do you mean to say, Violet, you can't handle Milady's affection? You, a self-proclaimed adventurer? I'm sure you've been in situations far more perilous than this before.
Why, you...
That old bat. For all she talks about manners and etiquette, she's obviously getting a huge kick out of this. Now then, I hope you two have sweet dreams.
But what about my companions? What are you going to tell Fiona and Alair and Neve?
Especially Neve. Yeah, be careful with what you say to her. She might burn the building. She finds out that I spent all night cuddling with Aislinn, she'll be livid. But Eva's only smiles enigmatically.
Oh, don't worry about that.
I am worrying.
I'll take care of everything for you, Violet. It'll be alright, I promise.
You just enjoy yourself with Lady Aislinn. I'm counting on you to help her get some proper rest. The gods know the poor dear deserves it. She really has been having a hard time lately. This might be the last chance she gets to relax.
And so, in the end, I spend the night in Aislinn's bed. The young lady's arms and legs are so thoroughly entrained with mine, I can barely breathe, and it's impossible to prise her off. I suppose I could always hit her with a spell, then slip out of her embrace in the confusion. But that would cause her serious harm. I don't like being cuddled quite this tightly. I'm a girl, not a stuffy toy. But I don't dislike it to the extent that I want to hurt Aislinn.
Can't I teleport? I just remember that. I was like, I could teleport. I've done it before. Twice even. I can teleport. Yeah, I know it's hard for her to do it, but I can teleport. Maybe the rules of it, I can't have anything touching me, so maybe that's why. No.
Indeed, I try and bear it. Instead, I try and bear it. It could be worse, I tell myself. At least she smells good, and she doesn't snore, unlike someone else. And she's pretty. But I still can't sleep. Aislinn's embrace is far too warm. I thought it was because we were still wearing clothes, but now I'm starting to wonder. The heart radiating from Aislinn's body is intense. She's far hotter than any other human. Normal human, I don't mean in terms of her looks. I press my forehead against Aislinn experimentally, trying to gauge just how warm she is, and I draw back as though I've been stung. My forehead is burning. Her temperature is so high, she could have some kind of fever, but Aislinn's face remains easy and relaxed as she sleeps. She isn't gasping for air, and her face isn't red. She's not even sweating. She's just warm. Unnaturally so. Why is that? Does she have a medical condition? I look at her curiously, my eyes narrowed, as though this might help me understand her. Perhaps she senses me staring because her eyelashes flutter open, her lips purse.
Violet?
That's me.
I'm glad.
And this snuggles me a little closer. Oh, so she's aware. Her cheek against my own.
I was afraid you were going to leave.
I can't leave, not with your arms wrapped around me so tightly. If I wanted to go, I'd have to break them.
You wouldn't really hurt me, would you?
I can't deny I haven't thought about it, but I'd feel too guilty. You're too pretty to injure. Not that I have any compunctions against injuring pretty girl. In fact, it's one of my favorite pastimes. It's far more enjoyable, however, when the one being hurt is able to derive some pleasure from it. I can't exactly derive it from this scenario. I think Aislinn might be a little too soft, despite her inhuman strength, to actively enjoy being abused. She's not like Neve.
Or Fiona, or Illyria.
I'm glad you think I'm pretty. Syrian's never told me that.
But isn't he supposed to be a fiancé?
That's right, but I don't know if he really likes me.
Though Aislinn's eyes are open, she's engaging in conversation. I don't think she's really awake. Her words are slurred and her eyes are only half open. She's vulnerable and defenseless. Maybe in her sleepy state I can get some useful information out of her. She'd be too embarrassed to share with me otherwise.
What about you? Do you like Syrian? I don't know, he's so serious and stuck up. He's never liked my family either. I can't think he was glad I think he was glad when my parents died. He went to, like, their funeral, and he didn't look very sad. When did your parents die? It was a long time ago. I was only 7 years old. And how did it happen? We were returning to Linden after visiting a relative in Mutier. It was dark, and we had to go through the forest to get back. I was asleep, and then I was woken up by a horrible noise. Bandits? No. If it was bandits, they wouldn't have been so cruel. It was wolves. They attacked our carriage and killed our horses. They killed our driver, too. Then they got my father and my mother. But you survived. That's right, I was lucky. The sun started to rise, and it scared the wolves away. They ran back to the trees and left the carriage. They left me all alone. My parents were dead, but I was still alive. Aislinn sniffs. Sometimes I wish they killed me too. But they didn't. You're still here, and you need to be strong. I run my fingers through the young lady's hair. Your parents sacrificed themselves to save you. I'm sure they'd be very upset if their beloved daughter died despite their efforts. That's what Aoife says. She feels so guilty that she wasn't with us that day. She couldn't help us. Aoife loved my mother and father. She would have done anything for them. And I'm sure she'll do anything for you too. That's right, she's a horrible nag sometimes, but I know she does it because she cares. I'm the last surviving member of the Chastain family. I have to act like a perfect lady so I don't disgrace the memories of my parents. I have to preserve my family's reputation. I have to do my duty. And that's why you're going to marry Syrian. That's right. My family is in debt and I have no way to make more money. I thought if I married into the DSD family, they'd be able to help me. I need them to help me. They're the only ones I could turn to, though I know they look down on me. Secretly, I think Syrian despises me. But you're still going to marry him. I have to. If I don't marry him, my house will be taken away from me and all my parents' lovely things. This is the only choice I have. I see. This does sound complicated. Being a noble sounds like a massive headache. And you need the diamond necklace for the wedding ceremony? No, that isn't right. The necklace is more important than that. Then what do you need it for, if not the wedding? I need it because it's precious to me. If I don't have that necklace, if I can't get it back, I'd rather die. On the surface, Aislinn's words sound like pretty melodrama. What girl needs a piece of jewelry, even a very pretty one? Diamond necklaces are luxuries, not essentials. But Aislinn, despite being half asleep, sounds so very serious. I'm starting to wonder, what if she really does need that necklace to keep living? What does that mean? Aislinn, hey Aislinn. I have more questions I want to ask, but... Oh, I see. Aislinn's eyelashes are shut and her lips are pursed. Her chest is rising and falling gently. She's falling asleep again. I wonder if she'll remember our little chit-chat tomorrow. Somehow I doubt that. I'll just need to remember this conversation for the both of us. I'm sure there's an important clue in her words. I just don't know what it is. Alright, the next day. As much as I would love to keep going, we're going to end it off here. My voice can only do so many of these in a day. I thought we were only going to do 2 sessions of this, but I don't know how long the game is. And how long I'm going to do with me talking and whatnot. I'm enjoying it though thus far. Hopefully you guys are as well. If you guys got this far and you enjoyed it, only if you enjoyed it, click that like button. Leave a comment too, but click that like button if you guys are new to that channel. Okay, I need music. Give me a second. The next morning. There we go. There it is. Alright. Sorry, I need background music. It feels so weird talking without music. It feels so weird. My voice cracked. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, click that like button. If you guys are new to the channel, click that subscribe button to meet me in another one of my videos. If you guys wish to be notified when I upload, click that notification bell so you guys will be notified in your email and on YouTube when I upload. And then hopefully have a great day. And I will catch you homies next LowTide.